You'll have to excuse the quality of this video. I'm just using the camcorder because I wanted to show you the way I go about setting up my kit when I've been away for a while. So this has not been used for some time, and I'm taking the opportunity to reevaluate how I set the drums up. So to begin with, I had just the bass drum and the snare drum, and the bass drum and the hi-hat, and the stool in the middle, and I basically want the pedals to be kind of the same angle out from the center of my body. I've got a double kick pedal, but the other pedal, the left bass drum, I would put in last because most of the 2-hour gig that I play I'll be using the hi-hat, so I don't want to set up based on the left kick pedal and have the hi-hat too much out to the side, and there's room down there to put in a second pedal. One thing about this is the hi-hat is a little bit further out than might feel comfortable, but what I've taken to doing, if I just put this up on a stand, basically what I like to do is set the kit up generally how I think I'm going to like it, and then I'll shut my eyes sounds weird, but I'll close my eyes and try and make my way to the kit and sit down and try and feel natural and comfortable. So I have my eyes shut now, and it's important that you don't look at the kit. Even when you get to this stage, if you open your eyes even a little bit, then your brain gets an idea of where things are, and it will adjust your limbs based on where you think things are. So I just want to sit down with my eyes closed, find where the pedals are, and sit just still and see how comfortable this feels. And I'm paying attention to where the weight is, whether I'm leaning more to one side or the other side. I want to basically be centered and balanced. Hold the sticks, and I just want to see if I go and play without looking at where the drums are. I want to see what happens. So that feels fine, and I'm hitting the hi-hat, I'm hitting the snare drum. I don't know how close I am to the edge, so I'm pretty close. Now if I had my eyes open, the temptation would be to reach more so that I'm hitting the hi-hat further up. I still have my eyes closed, by the way, but this works fine, and I'm not compromising my posture for the sake of playing the hi-hat. If I brought the hi-hat in a little bit, then this leg and the right leg would be different, and again I'd be kind of twisted, so that works okay. With the snare drum, I just want it to be in a comfortable place, you know, the way the sticks naturally fall. I don't want it to be angled in, so I have to play like this, or you know, too high up or too low down. So this feels like a good position to me, and my elbows aren't having to come back to hit it, and I'm not reaching forward. So then let's see where the toms are. I'd still have my eyes closed, and I would just reach forward and see. Okay, so it's on it. That's on it, okay. So if I take a look now, this is the first time I'm going to open my eyes, I can see that I'm a little bit sort of down the left side of this tom where I'd ideally be there. But that's more of a stretch. It's very slight, but I don't want to have to reach too much for this tom. What I find is if I put the toms, if I mount them on the bass drum, then they have to be further over this way, and I always kind of struggle with that. I mean, sometimes I can twist them round and this will work okay. I have a rack here that I'm using, so I've got more freedom over where the toms can be, but basically this tom is always the hardest one to reach with your left hand, and in this position I can reach it okay. I couldn't mount a cowbell on the bass drum, but that's the least of my concerns. And having this tom further in, I mean, it's kind of over the bass drum. I'll show you that in a second, a bit closer up. But it means I can reach it with my left hand, and it means that my ride cymbal, when I put that up, won't have to be too high or too far away to get out of the way of this. And I have a 22-inch ride cymbal, so you know, to be able to reach the bell, I have to have it close enough that sometimes it's going to cover up a lot of this tom. So having the toms over this way a little bit rather than there and there, which is where they would be if I mounted them on the bass drum, means that I can hit the ride okay. So I'm not going to go through the whole kit because you need to set your kit up in a way that feels comfortable to you, but I just recommend, if you have the time, to completely strip your kit down, set up the bass drum and the hi-hat, and just play around with some foot exercises for a while and see, play around with the seat height and see how that feels, and then add the snare drum, then add the toms, and gradually add things. But basically what I wanted to share with you in this video is this concept of closing your eyes before you get to the kit, so you can basically see how things feel without being distracted by what you can see.